Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pardon My German. And as you can see, I'm standing here on the banks of the Rhine on a somewhat cloudy day in March. And what better to do on a cloudy day than to visit a couple of museums? Two museums that I haven't seen for quite a while, so I'm really looking forward to this trip. And so please follow me, and should you like the video, then please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and leave a comment down below. Thank you. So we just walked by the Sports and Olympics Museum, but our first stop is right here at the Chocolate Museum. So let's go inside. I am the only man who has a heart of chocolate, said Hans Imhoff, the chocolate entrepreneur who founded this museum in 1993. At over 700,000 visitors a year, it is Cologne's most frequently visited museum and one of the 10 most popular museums in Germany. It is so successful that it doesn't need any subsidies. Since 2020, visitors can actually watch how chocolate is made in the various steps of the production process. there is this popular chocolate fountain, as well as historic manufacturing machines. And look at this exhibit, 23 kilos of chocolate. Wow! A walk of the museum leads us through the history of chocolate from its beginning in Central America, not leaving out dark sides like its role in the transatlantic slave trade. Stollwerk. For centuries, this name linked Cologne with chocolate. The museum's founder took over Stollwerk in 1972. A move of the company's production facilities inspired Imhoff to found this museum. He sold the company in 2002, and when the new owners stopped cooperation with the museum, it found a new partner in the Swiss company Lind und Sprüngli. I never knew that chocolate once was sold in pharmacies. Did you? And loads of childhood memories in these ads. So I still have the rich smell and, truth be told, the sweet taste of chocolate. Carry that with me as you get some chocolate both when you enter the museum as well as when you leave it. And what's the best thing to do after eating chocolate? It is sports, or at least visiting the sports museum. So let's go there right now. The museum, opened in 1999, welcomes visitors with this race car in which Michael Schumacher won his second Formula One World Championship. Another German legend. Here's the championship ring of Max Schmeling, the only German ever to win the world's heavyweight boxing title. And of course, there are exhibits of basketball star Dirk Nowitzki. The museum also covers the beginning of formal sports in ancient Greece, such as the old Olympiads. As far as I know, their winners did receive a bit more than just a crown. Lifelong pensions paid by their cities, for instance. On we move with gymnastics, started in Germany by Ludwig Jahn. It was a fairly politicized activity, aiming to enable young people to fight for national unity. But there was also a branch of gymnastics linked to the workers' movement. And then the modern Olympic Games, founded by Pierre de Coubertin. They were quickly politicized too, like in the 1936 Games by Hitler. The museum remembers us of Albert Richter, a cycling champion murdered by the Gestapo. Others used sports for political reasons too, like East German communist leader Walter Ulbricht, who commanded, "For everyone and everywhere, once a week sports." The probably darkest moment in the history of mixing sports and politics. The assault on Israel's Olympic team carried out by Palestinian terrorists in 1972. Since ancient times, sports has always been connected to hero worship and commerce. The World Cup ball is not made of leather, but a blend of Martian dust, moon dust, gold, and platinum. This counterfeit Champions League trophy, made in China, was confiscated by customs officials at Cologne airport. Memories of past glory. Cologne once was a boxing hotbed. Same goes for cycling, with the legendary 6 days events. One of Steffi Graf's many Wimbledon trophies. And records used by Boris Becker, one of which he smashed in frustration after a loss. And make a quick guess what this could be. Well, I'd feel somewhat safer in a modern bobsleigh. Looking across the river towards the arch of Cologne's biggest indoor sports venue. But you can also do some sports on the museum's roof. Well, I've taken a short walk here to this little marina not far from the two museums, and I can certainly recommend visiting both the Chocolate Museum as well as the Sports Museum here. Great thing to do, particularly on a clouded day when you're in Cologne, or also on a sunny day. You can combine it with a nice walk along the banks of the Rhine. So definitely a great sight to see, and I will cover a few more museums here in Cologne in the near future, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye bye.